Привет всем, с вами Сервальд, и сегодня мы начинаем играть в такую игру, как The Stanley Parable. Прям в рифму, Stanley Parable. Игра... Почему я в нее собрался играть? Потому что мне сказали, что она очень крутая, и на Portal это история о человеке, о Стэнли. В общем, он сидел в комнате 427 и работал там. И нажимал на кнопки. Ладно, не буду это все переводить. Кто знает хоть как-то английский, поймет все. Я примерно тоже как бы не совсем полностью понимаю, о чем речь, просто примерно понимаю. Дальше, может, буду переводить, но сейчас я хотел бы сказать слова вступления, может быть, рановато нажал старт. Игра, как я уже сказал, похожа на Portal, и поэтому я решил в нее поиграть. Что-то пошло не так. Что-то было не так, и Стэнли... Лол, там такой большой зеленый квадрат мигает. Жесть, таких мониторов-то нет, наверное, уже. В общем, чувак заметил, что никого нет в здании, он остался один. Никого не случилось. То есть никого не было, он заметил это, в общем, суть в этом.
Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped.
Так, давайте немножко звук потише сделаем, мне кажется, он громковат. Ну, в общем, Стэнли ушел из офиса. Самое забавное, что, ну, как бы, вот мы... Фига сенса. Мы играем, и... Это вроде не особо... Ускорение выключено, ускорение движения выключено. Ну ладно, как-нибудь стерпим. Все ушли. То бишь мы играем, и при этом у нас есть чувак, который комментирует это все. Это очень забавно. Что-то. Куча номеров. Каждая дверь пронумерована. О. 16, 15. Прям вот это вот. Вон там такое ощущение, как будто лаборатория какая-то. Ну, в смысле, типа халфы. Оба она. Дверь закрылась. Пам-пам-пам. Лево, право, лево, лево. Серьезно? Прикольно. Куда нас это приведет?
Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Окей. Меня напрягают эти закрывающиеся за мной broom closet.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Зашел и, не увидев ничего, ушел. Нормальный человек пойдет вниз, чтобы спуститься и выйти, но я ж пойду наверх. Вот это поворот. Я тут местечко. Ванная комната. Двери закрыты, путь один. Выбора нет.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life.
Пам-пам-пам.
Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, what dark secret was being held from him. What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
Да лол. Если надо позвонить по этому номеру, то...
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845.
2845. Я не вижу ни хера, как я могу нажать.
2845.
Сейчас, подождите. 2845. 4, 5. А, во! Лол, я-то думаю, что за хрень. 2, 8, 4, 5.
But it turns out that the panel's emergency override kicked in, and the door just opened all by itself. And Stanley got the hell along with the story. Well,
Это
what did he do?
так забавно, когда это комментатор, это что? Прикольный шаг. И я оказался хрен знает где. Ну, спустимся, окей. Загрузка. Эта игра, по идее, должна вообще мозг выносить.
Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him?
Ну, так много говорить, мне даже говорить ничего не надо. Просто играешь, и этот чувак болтает. Норм. Можно просто...
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Главный, основной контрольный пункт, что-то такое.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television
Прям реально
screens.
портал.
What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Оба. Ну окей. Выбора у нас все равно особо нет. Камеры включить.
Now the monitors jumped to
Оба.
life. Their true nature
Что, эту игру надо перепройти 596 раз или это все камеры, по идее? Каждую комнату
The
с
lives
камерой.
of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen. And Stanley,
Ну,
one of
движения я там не вижу.
eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Свобода значит ничего. Ну, то бишь в этом офисе свобода значит ничего.
This mind control
Я, может,
facility,
ошибаюсь.
it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control
Ферит?
all this
Что такое
time?
ферит?
Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Клёвый дядя вон. Ну окей.
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It
Ну,
was unthinkable.
Не веришь, что его же кто-то контролирует?
Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this
Так,
very
какая-то
place.
кнопка наверху.
And as the cold reality of his past
И тут
began to
какие-то
sink
кнопки.
in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Игра, в общем, про то, что ты ходишь и слышишь мужика. Ну, окей, чат. Консоль подключена. Клевые кнопочки. О, кнопка. Большая красная кнопка. Не жмется. Прикиньте. Горящая большая красная кнопка не жмется. Да такого не бывает. Mind controls idle waiting. В общем, контроль. Mind контроль ждет входа.
And when at last he found
Power on!
Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control? Oh, Stanley, I applaud you.
Нет, я не виноват.
But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are said to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say 2 minutes. Ah, now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. Time to talk about you, about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to start. What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated?
Нет времени думать. Да ладно.
I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was
много говорит, это ужас.
Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone.
Желтая кнопка.
Other times,
Какая желтая кнопка?
sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside.
Где находится желтая кнопка? Не вижу никакой желтой кнопки.
This version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock. Why not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees.
Что, опять время пошло?
What's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea
Что делать-то?
or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? This video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is? Stanley.
В общем, троллит как может, так мне кажется.
But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made humble. This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't. Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here. Just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go?
Жмякается.
Another choice. Make it count.
Блин.
It's all the same to me, all a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say happily ever up.
Пом. Рвануло таки что-то. Это игра. Господи. В общем, все, что он говорил о том, что, в общем, чувак бегает, ищет, жбякает на все просто кнопки подряд и пытается найти. Он думает, что хоть какая-то его спасет.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?